Stories we have in this week's show include
President Obama's $3.7 trillion budget request for the next fiscal year includes $132 billion for VA.
VA is reaching out to help veterans harmed by atomic weapons.
And how shopping at your Veterans Canteen helps you and the veterans we care for.
Stay with us because we have those stories and more.
Hello, I'm Jan Northstar with the National Outreach Office.
And I'm Lydia Valdez with the VHA Office of Communications. Thank you for joining us today. Secretary Shinseki said VA employees will make every dollar count in the $132 billion budget proposed by the administration for the fiscal year beginning October 1st this year.
The Secretary and VA top officials held 3 different budget briefings on February 14th, one for congressional staff, one for veteran service organizations, and one for the media.
Through the responsible use of taxpayers' dollars, not just doing things better, but doing the right things better. Well, VA has been on such a journey for 2 years now. We began building a set of VA behaviors that would responsibly provide the best care possible for the men and women who have safeguarded our nation through their service and their sacrifice.
Here's a breakdown of the proposed 2011-2012 budget. A $51 billion request for medical care would provide more than 6.2 million patients, including 540,000 veterans of the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. $6.2 billion would pay for mental health programs. $68 million would go directly to suicide prevention. $344 million would activate newly constructed medical facilities. $208 million would implement new benefits for veterans caregivers. And $509 million for research.
The VA budget includes $70 billion in mandatory benefits programs, primarily disability compensation and pension payments. Secretary Shinseki reaffirmed his commitment to break the back of the backlog of claims from veterans for disability compensation and pensions.
And increases the amount for medical care programs by $1.9 billion in the year 2013. To continue the important work of shortening processing time for disability claims, ultimately eliminating the claims backlog that has accumulated over time.
The budget also includes nearly $940 million for programs to reduce and prevent homelessness amongst veterans and their families. Approximately 925,000 people will receive about $11.5 billion for VA education, training, vocational rehabilitation, and employment programs. Nearly 75% of these funds will go to recipients of the new post-9/11 GI Bill.
The proposed budget also seeks more than $3 billion to operate and maintain information technology, nearly $590 million in major construction, including continuation construction of healthcare projects in New Orleans, Denver, San Juan, Palo Alto, Bay Pines, and Seattle, and new projects in Reno, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. The department is also asking for $250 million for the operation and maintenance of its 131 national cemeteries, including gravesite expansion at the National Cemetery for the Pacific in Hawaii. For more information about VA's budget proposal, go to the web address on the screen.
The 2011 National Salute to Veteran Patients got off to a big start with concerts in a variety of locations the weekend before Valentine's Day. Again, great performance of the golden age of music, the 1950s, 60s, and 70s played to big crowds of veterans. Valentines and a lot of love were passed out to veteran patients across the country. Salute concerts are planned every weekend this month. In Baltimore, Salute to Veteran Patient Co-Chairman James Reynolds and a local Fox TV anchor co-hosted the event. Patty Shinseki was there to greet veterans. Miss Maryland and Miss Teen Maryland stood for hundreds of photos with veterans. country music star and Salute co-chairman Stephen Cochran sang the national anthem. The big event at the VA Maryland Healthcare System's second annual Valentine's for Veterans concert was performances by Charlie Thomas and the Drifters and Martha Reeves and the Vandellas, who opened with their classic hit, Heat Wave. In Atlanta, at Georgia Tech's First Center for the Performing Arts, the Platters played, signed autographs, and mugged for photos with veterans. It was pure nostalgia as the legendary group performed Smoke Gets in Your Eyes, Only You, and Harbor Lights as veterans and other attendees danced in the aisles. In Miami Beach, veterans packed the Fillmore to dance to the rhythmic Latin sounds of John Cicada and his band. Veterans at the Fayetteville VA Medical Center got a treat when University of Arkansas basketball coach John Felfrey, Miss Northwest Arkansas, Razorback mascot Suey, Arkansas cheerleader Kylie Bell, and a bunch of clowns came to visit. And Miss Texas visited veteran patients at the Temple VA Medical Center campus. Here's a report from Dean Clark.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see.
LOVE, affection, respect, appreciation, and the ever-present care and concern for veteran patients was expressed throughout the Central Texas Veterans Healthcare System during the VA's National Salute. In addition to musical performances, patients also received Valentine cards and gifts delivered by fellow vets and guests.
Double the chocolates.
Thanks for stopping by.
Sure, and thank you for all that you've done.
The goodwill given on this special occasion resonated throughout the healthcare system and within its veteran patients.
It's just, warmth to know that somebody actually cares.
At the Temple, Texas VA Medical Center, this is Dean Clark.
World War II ended more than 65 years ago, following the detonations of 2 atomic bombs over Japan.
The fallout from those events have had a long-term impact on numerous aspects of our lives and a special group of veterans. Jim Moore has the details.
They're known as atomic veterans. Some were on the ground as POWs near the detonation sites in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Others participated in the above-ground nuclear tests conducted from 1945 to 1962 in the Pacific Ocean and the southwest portion of the U.S. Their exposure to radiation may be the cause of a number of cancers and other illnesses that have taken years to develop. The key to getting treatment and compensation from VA lies in establishing the amount of radiation to which a veteran was exposed. The Department of Defense, through its Defense Threat Reduction Agency, or DTRA, provides dose estimates for veterans who were involved in these radiation risk activities. Under its Nuclear Test Personnel Review Program, DTRA has maintained a database of participants in U.S. atmospheric nuclear test activities since 1978. Because of concerns about the increased risk of cancer and other illnesses in veterans who may have been exposed to radiation from nuclear weapons, Congress has passed several laws relating to the reconstruction of radiation doses received by veterans and the compensation they would receive for adverse health effects associated with radiation exposure. In 2003, Congress enacted the Veterans Benefits Act, which required DoD and VA to appoint an advisory board to provide independent review and oversight of the dose reconstruction and claim settlement programs for veterans. Named the Veterans Advisory Board on Dose Reconstruction, or VBDR, the board conducts periodic random audits of dose reconstructions and decisions on claims for radiogenic diseases, helps communicate to veterans, their relatives, and other interested parties information about the dose reconstruction program and other oversight activities as needed. The board has had a very positive impact by helping expedite the claims process for prostate and skin cancers and by recommending the centralization of radiation-related claims at the Jackson, Mississippi VA Regional Office. In addition to health care, VA maintains a health registry evaluation program to track the health of veterans exposed to ionizing radiation during military service. VA offers the evaluation, known as the Ionizing Radiation Registry, IRR, free of charge to all eligible veterans. Veterans do not need to be enrolled in VA healthcare to be eligible. 21 different cancers are now on the list of presumptive illnesses eligible for compensation. If you are an atomic veteran or know someone who is, check out the information at the VBDR and VA websites shown on the screen. The board's next public meeting will be March 11th at the Hilton Arlington in Arlington, Virginia.
Here's another 2-minute video from the Employee Education System. This one tells the amazing story of how the Vet Center mobile units are rolling into communities to serve veterans where they live.
My name is John Soto. I'm a program analyst for the Department of Veterans Affairs Readjustment Counseling Services. Just about any place where there's veterans, we have a vet center. We provide readjustment counseling services to combat veterans, military sexual trauma victims, and also we provide bereavement counseling, just to name a few of the things that we do. Currently, we have 50 mobile vet centers, MVCs, spread throughout the nation. We're able to provide services to veterans that normally are a couple hundred miles from the nearest VA facility. Anywhere there's a road, we can go. We will come to you. They have a small satellite system, computer systems, and also cameras so that they can do teleconferences with doctors at local hospitals. Veterans can come in, have private counseling sessions, and it gives them that one-on-one privacy. Currently, the Mobile Vet Center is staffed by a driver and a counselor. Almost all of them are veterans from the military. If there's a big veteran event, we'll go there just to support it and also be there in case a veteran wants to talk or has questions. The Mobile Vet Center is there to help in any emergency or disaster. Because of its backup generators and its communication package, it's actually able to sustain itself for an extended period of time. During the Fort Hood incident, Readjustment Counseling Services provided 4 mobile vet centers with support staff to help the veterans out. Every veteran has their own issues they have to deal with. When I came back, I had my own issues to deal with. The best thing for a veteran is to talk to somebody that understands what they're going through. I'm doing something that I like to do, which is to help the veteran. For more information about the Mobile Vet Center program, visit us at www.vetcenter.va.gov.
Did you know VA canteens and facilities across the country are raising monies to help us take care of veterans? The VA Canteen Service also gives a portion of its profits to support the department's national programs and special events, including the National Veterans Winter Sports Clinic, Summer Games, Tea Tournament, Golden Age Games, Wheelchair Games, and Creative Arts Festival. On top of a portion of the profits going to help veterans, the sales are great. You can really get some good deals and quality goods at your VA canteen. Check out the On the Move sale this week and next. On the Move is a highly successful VA fitness program that has gotten thousands of veterans and VA employees on their feet and on the move toward a healthier lifestyle. So drop into your local VA canteen. Help yourself and help a veteran at the same time. That's it for this week's show. I'm Jan Northstar.
And I'm Lydia Valdez. Thanks for tuning in. Have a really good week, everybody.